best to ignore the almanac right now, as long as you have a nice day like this outside. That's our focus. Let's just look out the window.
It's a mentality. Although I'll tell you, our viewers do not ignore the almanac, because every once in a while we make like a 1-minute mistake and the emails come flying in. I'm really impressed by people. I think they're watching it the same way we do sometimes.
He's just testing you.
Yeah, something like that. My attention to detail, not a strength. Go back to my 6th grade papers, you'll see that. But, a beautiful day. But as Pat mentioned, the morning was chilly, and the edges of even these mild days are going to be on the cool side. Now, this is the coolest morning we'll see for a while, but look at how we drop down into the 20s in a lot of spots. Look at Berlin, New Hampshire, 21 degrees. Average low is 36. And so that's where we started. And by that measure, to be into the mid-50s is pretty good, right? Fall, it's kind of a hallmark of fall that you have these big diurnal temperature swings from your overnight lows to your daytime highs, much wider than they might be, say, in the winter or even during the summer. We should end up around 60 in a lot of spots later this afternoon. And the satellite is nice and clean, and that's something we'll see for the next few days. Not a lot of cloud cover. Anything we see is likely to be kind of the high, thin cirrus variety. That's not going to be a detriment to the day. It's just going to be a few clouds floating around. So this model, and you'll see it going forward for the next couple of days, is a little bit of a cool bias in this pattern. And so it only has us get to the mid-50s, but we're already there as of 11:51. So clearly that's going to be a little too low. Again, I think 60 is going to be a popular number later this afternoon. Tonight will not be as cool as last night. Most of us will stay in the 40s. The 30s will be confined to Aroostook County, most likely. Maybe a couple of cooler valleys in New Hampshire, but I think most of us stay in the 40s. And then tomorrow is our first shot at 70. Many of us will end up probably in the upper 60s, but there will be a few 70s around, which, don't underestimate that. This time of year, that's really way above average. In some cases, we're talking 15 degrees above average. And then Saturday is probably our most widespread 70s day, especially over southern and western Maine. Few clouds flit in there, but I don't think it'll be a big problem at all. I think it's overall a really nice day, and then more clouds roll in for the second half of the weekend. Sunday does look cloudier, but still mild, because high pressure is still in control. It's become, at this point, kind of a Bermuda high. South-southwest winds, jet stream push to the north. All these signals mean that it will be well above average all the way through Sunday, and probably the first half at least of Monday. Then Monday afternoon, Monday night, that front comes through, and at that point the party's kind of over, and we start to cool down and get kind of just average next week. So I still think we've got a lot of 70s around on Saturday. Winds will be out of the south. That's the reason. Southwest at times 5 to 15 miles an hour. Last until Monday, kind of midday, and then we cool down Tuesday and Wednesday. Might try to make a run back on Thursday. Nothing crazy, by the way, mid next week. Just not quite as nice. So as far as rain goes, this is all the way through next week. Don't wait for anything to happen, because nothing's going to. It's just kind of quiet,
It's like a soccer game.
Yeah, it's a 0-0 tie. Only chance of showers there comes in Monday into Tuesday, but that, as you can see, is very scattered. Back to sun on Wednesday, just more appropriate temperature-wise. And of course, it's almost corresponding with the fall back. Almost. We cool down, and then our sun sets earlier and all that.
Seems logical.
Yeah.
Thank you, Keith.